Hello, Pisces. Welcome to October. And I'm going to do the general reading for all of the signs, starting with my favorite, Pisces rising. So before we begin with the actual astronumerology, we're going to get into the lesson card. Let's see, can I? Okay. So let's pick a card for Pisces and see what we're working on. And I don't do them. Okay, forgiveness. You see that? Forgiveness. All right. Forgiveness is I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Okay. And since this is a new month, new relationships, new energy, if we want to move forward, we have to forgive others so that we could move forward in grace and love. It's no sense of holding on to what has happened because it is not holding on to you. All right. So that's that. So let's look at the numerology. So October is the 10th month, which brings about the 10-1 energy. And 10 is normally seen as success. That's the time when the family unit comes together, when love happens for people. It's like the achievement. We've been working towards this goal and now we have it. It is also the energy of newness, new beginnings in various areas in your life. This could be love, but it could be home, it could be finances, it could be career versus a job, it could be, going back to school, relocating, but it's changes, right? And with those changes, those newness, that's new beginning, comes a desire or need for someone to be in charge. So it could be a new person being in charge in a certain area of your life. Now, that's the one energy. Because you are Pisces rising means Pisces is in your first house. So your but 12th house is your natural house for Pisces, right? So this is also the 10th month. So the houses that will be impacted are your first house, your 10th house, and your 12th house. Yes, other houses will be impacted, but these are the three houses where you will see more activity. So when we discussed them, and I mentioned the first house, the 10th house, and the 12th house, and what energy is happening there, understand that's because we're in the 10th month. Not only are we in the 10th month, but we are in the ninth year. So the ninth year is ending. So again, this is new endings, right? Another set of things that are changing. And as I did in the collective, I mentioned the 10th is also about government. It's a career, it's that sector. So the government is going to have an influence on Pisces in these different areas, right? Pay attention to that. So let's start out with the actual energy in look at this just from the standpoint of the first house being where Pisces would live. Right now, the energy there is a mutable energy. So it's some flexibility, and then there's a bit of a Taurus energy, which is also a home energy, but it's a stubbornness energy. So this might be a time where changes need to be made, but you're not really flexible at this moment with regards to making them. So you might need to improve the flexibility. We also have the Jupiter energy showing up that is impacting your first house, Pisces. So, Pisces, I would tell you to be careful with your body, and you could be gaining weight that you haven't put your finger on the pulse as to why you're gaining weight. I would do a deep dive into that to see why you're gaining weight, why you are not getting your health under control if you're actively trying to get it under control. The other energy that's there is this K2 and Venus energy in the fourth house, which is explosiveness of love, new relationships that could come with secrets, but Leo kind of energy here as well. So that Leo is a fiery kind of spark, passion, just love, 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 love. But remember, that's not always how it ends up being. That's the start of the energy. Definitely the sun is influencing that energy. So definitely some new energy for a lot of you. And I'm making this video after I've had my encounter with someone, but there's a young person energy here, Mercury and Mars kind of energy here. So some people can be dating someone much younger in this during this time frame. So the houses that are impacted because of the astronumerology being the combination of astrology and numerology, the houses for you to pay attention to, the first house, the 10th house, and the 12th house for you. The 10th house has some secretive energy in it, but it's high noon kind of secret energy, which means that energy is really being put out in the world. So it's really being exposed right now. Exposed with the technology that's being used to maybe track you. Some of the dreams that you've been having about the government like being against you. Some of that is not far off. Some of it is. There are services that are tracking more of the movements, and you will find that information out soon, maybe this week. We also have the moon and Saturn together, which the moon and Saturn is actually in technology, and is in technology, meaning uncovering some old things, uncovering some things that they've been doing for a while that has been impacting your life. So that's the energy that's there. But it also is uncovering some new ways to deal with autoimmune disorders, chronic health conditions. So some new technology is going to be important in dealing with that. Let's look at the supposed to be a generally decent time. Let's go here to, let's look at some other energy that's here for you. Again, more this almost at a conclusion, almost at the end of a cycle, a great time of spiritual growth and wisdom and liberation in the sense of seeking freedom, seeking more freedom, seeking ways in which you can change your life to where you have a freer existence. Uh, let's see. You could see some time where you're having a little bit of um, a leadership moment. You're maybe coming to the light and being seen as a leader in some way, being definitely seen as a very spiritual person. And this could be an extremely lucky month for you in your career. So you can get recognition in some field. And this is actually a good time for you to make a recovery from some illness overall in this month. And this is a good month for relationships for you. Pisces rising is looking kind of good for you as far as the overall month. So let's move some days around and see what we're looking at here. Let's look at the energy of the celestial bodies that are moving around. Make sure October 5th, yes. So just like before, where I said we had K2 with Venus, we had Rahu. Rahu was more or less with Saturn, and but it's not this time. It has separated a little bit. The K2 is not necessarily with the Mars energy right here for the Pisces. Is it looks like the energy that's occurring is a little bit further away from you. Oh wait, I went too far. Go back. But this K2 Venus energy is impacting your third house the most during this month. Your third and fourth houses. There's an explosion of activity that takes place in your fifth house. Oh, there's sexual activity that takes place in your sixth house around the 20th, and doesn't necessarily mean actual sexual, but is a passionate circumstance that occurs around the 20th of October for you. Let's go. Let's look at here. We do see the moon revealing a lot of secrets in the technological space and in the 12th house space. The 12th house is institutions seen with death, prisons, government places, a lot of information that is being uncovered there. That's at least by next week, the 10th, you'll see more information uncovered in that area. This is information that impacts you. So information is always revealed, but this is directly going to be geared towards you. Anything big here? Around about the 17th, and remember, if you follow me, remember you got the 3-day window. Around about the 17th, you have the convergence of the K2 Venus and moon energy. Very, very explosive time there. And that's directly aligned with the Rahu with the Mercury. What's up with these young people, this young energy? Explosion, beauty. Oh, some kind of attack, and kind of could be like a pageantry kind of event, something where people are gathering because of fashion or beauty or something to that effect. Um, that's the 17th. And I already mentioned in the general reading to be careful of travel. That's going to be a very tricky time for traveling because there's a lot of extra explosive energy taking place during that week. 19th, 20th, 21st, not really good for traveling. I'll go even further and say the 20 all the way through the 23rd, not so good for you for travel because of the energy that's here. You can have car accidents, you can have bus accidents, plane accidents, some type of accident, being caught up in the crossfire of something. I would say stay home or stay close to home. Limit your travel during this month of October, and you'll be just fine with the other things that are happening here. Um, hmm. Okay. Apparently, you have some stagnant energy that you need to clean up during this month. You have some old projects and some things that you've been working on that you said you were going to finish and you hadn't finished. You need to clear those out because it is blocking you from going forward and doing the other things that you need to do, that you want to do at least. So that energy is keeping you stuck. So I would work on that at least the first week because the sooner you clean that up, the sooner you can take advantage of the other energy, which is good for you in career and business and things of that nature. There is a sense that you need to recharge, which is why staying home a little bit would help you with that, as long as your home is conducive for recharging. Let's see, the health influence. The nervous system is showing up as an area for you to work on. Definitely more rest needs to occur. Uh, oh, goodness. Walk less and wear suitable shoes. So before I did this reading, I have to tell you guys, I had a situation where I ended up getting new shoes just today. Because I always do root cause analysis, and I was like, why am I having this problem, this pain? And I drank my tea and it didn't help, which meant it wasn't inflammatory. I was having a pain for why was it? And it was because of the shoes that I had on. I bought new shoes, put the new shoes on, and immediately the pain went away. So it was because there was some kind of way that the shoe was like hitting me wrong. So good time to take care of your feet. At this point, I'm going to remind you guys that I have this book Pisces rising, right? This is the astronumerology. So using astrology and numerology for self-mastery by yours truly. And you can get this on my website. I want you guys to learn more about yourself from your rising sign because that is how you approach life in general. The sun has a place, the moon has a place. The rising sign is you dealing with life every day, and it will assist you with understanding how these different energies are impacting you from your true sign, right? So if you're Pisces rising, this is for you. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else we need to look at here. This is a good time for intuition, which of course makes plenty of sense, right? Your original and this 10 energy being original. The beauty side, the Venus energy that's showing up is a good time for you to get into beauty things, fashion things, things that enhance beauty. So whatever you're working with, if you're working in some type of industry where you can enhance the arts in the sense, the things that are seen as beautiful creations, then that would be successful for you at this particular time. Okay, so that's where you should put your focus. All right. All right, Pisces rising. That's what I have for you. I will see you next time. Bye.